Welcome back to the 3P podcast. This week, I'm going to be your main host, and we have a guest with us. Joe's off in Bali sipping on Mai Tais, having the time of his life, so we brought in our guest host, Selena. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Selena. I'm Chris's girlfriend of 5 years, which is pretty crazy. It's been really fast. Anyways, about me, what do you want to know?
A bit about your occupation, what you do with yourself, likes,
Okay.
dislikes, where you got started on the basketball world.
Oh god, okay. That's a lot of questions. Like we're on our first date or something. Anywho's.
It's something I should have asked you on our first date.
Oh my god. Don't get us started. Okay, occupation. This is a hard question because I define myself as like a sport administrator, but like that's a very broad term, I think. Very vague, yeah. You know, like documentation. It's like, what's your occupation? It's like, like my role before was a league and club support officer, which I'm like, what the hell is that? But yeah, I was running the rugby league, a junior rugby league.
Rosters, HIAs.
Yeah, competitions, definitely the admin, social media, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, and then I'm going into a new role, which is kind of similar, but doing, what would you say, semi-professional competitions?
A step below professional.
Yeah. So I start that in December, so I'm looking forward to that and seeing what happens from there.
Now, you're also about to go overseas to America.
I am. Melbourne first for the weekend and then America, which when the plans happened, I said the one thing I want to do in America is go to an NBA game. Like that was just a tick off the list basically. So it had to happen. And the dates that worked, I could either choose from a New York Knicks game in New York against Detroit or in San Francisco, see the Warriors versus LA Clippers. So I went to Chris and I was like, what game should I go to? And at first I kind of wanted to go to the Knicks game because it was like Madison Square Gardens, and I'm also in the fantasy league that Joe and Chris talk about all the time. And I have a lot of players in the Detroit. I've got Cade and I've got Sadiq Bey. So I was like, oh my God, that'd be sick to see them play. But Chris said, look, there's some top teams in the Warriors and Clippers game. So I was like, fair point. I'm going to that game. Which
you also have John Wall and Kawhi
Leonard. That's true. And I'm seeing Steph Curry. Like, you kind of can't beat that. And they won last year, so
the quality of players you're going to get from that game are much higher.
Yeah.
It'll be a much more entertaining game.
Yeah. So I'm first row of like the top tier like seating.
Just before the nosebleeds.
But tickets, price, because I think we go to Sydney Kings games a lot. They're like, what? You can get tickets for like $10.
$10, $20.
Yeah.
Closer view than what you're getting.
Yeah. So I think it was, oh God.
It's about $400.
Yeah, about $400.
Is that US or Australian?
I think... No, the rate isn't
it's all
great
over the place
right now. I think it's like $250 US.
Yeah.
And then when it's converted to our Australian dollars, yeah, when I saw it take out of the account, I was like, oh, but, you know, once, hopefully more times in a lifetime, I will. Go. Yeah. And Chris and I have already spoken about like a little sport tour to America when we go.
Yeah,
so
I've got no interest in going unless it's to watch sports.
Literally, yeah.
So it has to line up with the NFL, the NBA, hopefully the hockey.
But they don't line up. I think only like hockey and basketball line up.
It's a 2-month trip.
That's true. Okay, we'll wait for the season.
It's going to be right at the end and right at the beginning. It's going to overlap at some point.
Yeah, and I almost went to Miami because of Chris, I'm a Miami Heat fan. So, and we kind of started watching same time, like became interested in it. And I thought the other day, COVID definitely, well, I think
spiked your interest more. We had the time to watch.
We did have the time to watch. So, and then as I said, in the basketball league, the fantasy. So, yeah.
You've gotten to know your general run around than the more usual casual fan.
Yeah. But because I'm already interested in sport, just finding out about another sport that's kind of like it's massive. It is.
It's one of the biggest sports.
Yeah. I find it really interesting, some things that like only basketball does, or what we do in Australia.
What are those? What interests you?
About basketball?
Yeah.
Well, when I think about when we got interested in it, the amount of games they play per week.
When we first watched, it was at COVID, and they were playing 62 games.
And
It's now 82.
Oh
it's
my
back to their
gosh.
regular seasons, but they were playing back-to-backs 4 times a week, which we're still doing
Yeah.
to catch up on the overall.
Yeah, right.
So after this year, the games won't be as close together.
Okay.
So there's still going to be 82, but it won't be 4 or 5 games a week.
Well, but not even that. It's like 6 games happen a day, if not more.
Some days there's 12 games.
Oh, see, that's just like
Today there was
crazy to
4
me.
games, which was pretty casual. Miami
Yeah.
played, which is good. Got up.
Yeah.
But yesterday there was... It's because they run a day behind us. So on the
We get a bit
weekends,
confused.
they get 12 games a day.
Right.
But during your standard Wednesday, there might only be 5 or 6, which is still heaps.
Yeah.
Compared to our sports here, which is like, you might get 2 games of footy and a basketball game if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But to have 6 of the one sport while everything else is still running, nuts.
God, if we ran at their times, I would not see you.
No,
Because you'll be watching, because it's just like all day, and that's what COVID was like when we were locked down. It was just like, oh, another basketball game, and then we'll just keep switching between games and what's close. And
That's what our Sunday mornings have become. Just flick on the
That's true.
basketball. That game ends, move on to the next. That one ends, move on to the next.
Yeah.
And eventually go, we've been watching for a few hours.
yeah,
Should probably do
I
something.
know. It's just like, where's the time gone? And games could go for so long.
Oh, they are 48-minute games. It takes
Doesn't-
2.5 hours to watch.
And then when you get OT, like we've watched 3 or 4 hour games, and we're just, but we love it. It's
Drained.
just drained, but we love it. Like, especially when it's close and there's like 2 OTs, overtimes.
I don't think we've watched a 2 OT game.
Really?
Oh, we probably have at some
I
point.
thought
We've watched-
Miami in the championships when we were like in 2020.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember that
Yeah.
far back.
Anyways,
Now, your main sport's netball.
it is.
Do you want to walk us through how
It
netball
is.
runs?
Okay. So I've been playing netball for way too long. No, like 15 years, since I was like 6 years old, like under 7s. That's when I started. Netball is actually, I had a little research. It was formed in Australia based off basketball. It was like the female basketball version. So there's some rules that cross over, but ultimately kind of how it was formed.
It was formed as a non-contact feminine
Yes.
version.
Yes. God, how do I explain? So there's 7 people on the field, or the court, sorry. It can be played indoor or outdoor. We played indoor netball together with nets. So there's another variation of the sport. So you can bounce it off the net and things like that. That's like a whole different...
Adds several new elements
That's
to
a
it.
different game, yeah. We've got, as I said, 7 positions. Centre, a wing attack, a wing defence, goal defence, goal attack, goalkeeper. I think I named all of them. I should have counted.
Something like that. But
Like-
basically, there's 3 through the middle, 2
Yeah.
shooters, 2 defenders.
Yeah, and they can only go in certain zones of the court. So unlike basketball where the 5 can go everywhere, we've got different roles.
No dribbling.
No, and no moving. So you can't bounce the ball. You can't move. Yeah, different zones. So by the sounds of it, it's not like basketball.
It's similar, and you put the ball in the hoop.
Yes, that's probably the only similarity.
Yeah.
You got to stand 3 feet away, so it's just under a metre. Put your hands up. Still have throw-ins. That's similar. There's a centre pass, not a tip-off. And the contacting is completely different.
Yeah, there's no setting screens, taking charges.
No.
It's get out of the way.
Yeah. And when I watch basketball, I'm like, you cannot do that in netball. Like, whacking someone's arms, no. I know you can't do that in basketball, but it seems like it's more prominent of what people can get away with.
Well, it's also because there's the aspect of free throws.
That
you
is
get
true.
fouled, you get to the line.
We get a penalty, so we just take it
doesn't
where...
change much for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Still similar, like endurance, and you got to have speed, got to be a playmaker. And as I said, the 7 positions have different, well, I think, different roles when you play. So...
Now, before we get into our main segment today...
Right.
Is there anything about the NBA world that you want to get updated on?
Well, I sent Chris something this morning because we send each other like basketball memes and stuff because like I think it's funny and then I hope he thinks it's funny, but majority of the time he's like, I've already seen this. But apparently the Nets coach
Steve Nash
is sacked, or
he did get fired this morning. Confirmed he was let go.
Right.
There was a few... The team's doing bad. They're playing terribly. And he's copping the front of the blame. Every team has a scapegoat who gets the blame if the team's in trouble.
Yeah. Is it a player? Is it the coach? Is it the organisation?
It's never the organisation.
Right.
The fans will never blame the whole comp. Mm-hmm. It's someone's fault. This time, it's been Steve Nash.
Where did that source from? Did he do something, or you just think they're going terribly and it's who to blame?
It was a blame game.
Right.
The whole thing was, in his 2 years, he had a lot to prove that he was actually going to be more of a coach.
Has he been there for 2 years or longer?
I think 2 years, but he's a previous player.
Oh,
so Steve Nash is a previous Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he sounds
absolute
familiar.
machine. Yeah. Moving into his coaching career, he would probably be a decent coach elsewhere. But with the personalities there and the names that are there, there's not exactly a system you can put in place. It's let them run the squad. Because if you watch any Nets play, it's Kyrie, here's the ball, do something. You can't figure it out? Throw it to KD. You can't figure it out? Throw it to Ben. You can't figure it out? We're in trouble. Let's blame Ben.
Right.
That's how it works. And they've eventually gone, it's not working enough. Let's move the coach on.
Right, because I thought literally the other week it was Ben Simmons to blame.
Ben Simmons was getting all the blame until there was a press conference with Kyrie that basically said, the guy hasn't played in 2 years, cut him some slack.
That's true, yeah.
And from then, I have not seen any slander on Ben. That conference, everyone just went, oh, Kyrie's got a good point. He hasn't played in 2 years. It's going to take him a little bit more time than 2 games to be perfect.
And a new team.
How it fits. New coach that's still new to the team.
Yeah.
Sort of locker room issues of Katie requesting a trade and then changing his mind and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
There's just been a lot of issues behind the scenes at the Nets. And the coach has just gone, your time's up.
Yeah.
Now, the rumours have also come through pretty quickly on who the replacement is, which is going to be the suspended coach of the Boston Celtics, Ime Udoka.
So have they got a new coach currently?
No. So their assistant coach will step in as interim coach.
Okay, yep.
But they are pretty much poaching the coach. He can't be the coach of the Celtics because he's suspended by the team, not the NBA. So he'll be cleared to come straight to the Nets and coach next week if they bring him over.
Why was he suspended?
Bit of a cheating scandal in-house.
In-house? Oh, God, that's even worse, I feel.
A few issues over there. No one's too happy about it. But as Joe and I both picked for our coach of the year,
it was him.
We've got a lot of faith in their interim coach, the assistant coach, Joe Masala.
Okay.
So the Celtics aren't going to be in a rush to get Ime Udoka back. No rush for him. He can't come back for a year, and the team's still good. So the Nets will be looking for someone. He is option one. And the rumour came through from both Shams and Woj that he could be their coach as of Thursday. So pretty quick chop and change.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of people sit there and think, maybe this has been in the talks for a little while.
But you can't leave a team without a coach for like 2 weeks because they'd be lost.
Well, the assistant coach steps in.
Right, okay.
So the assistant coach is there every game, every week, every training session, so they know how the team works.
And that's what they did in COVID, wasn't it? If someone was like a breach or something.
If there was a breach, coach stepped out, assistant stepped out.
Yeah, okay.
So it's always, a lot of teams every now and then you'll see that the assistant coach will step in because coaches get ejected from games too.
Miami's done it before.
Yeah, it was only the other week that Joe Mazzala got ejected from the game. In his third professional coaching career, he was ejected. He had to go on an umpire. A player was ejected and he wasn't happy with the call. Told the umpire where to go, and the umpire went, "I'm not having that. Let's tee you up and you can go."
Why do they even bother? Like, the umpires just have so much power.
To Joe Mazzala's defence, it was a bad call.
Oh, okay.
They then reviewed the call, took away the foul,
and left the coach off.
But the coach was still ejected. So, fair enough, but it's how he approached.
But you shouldn't question,
Questioning is not a problem, but it's how you approach the situation. You go in guns blazing and telling everyone off, you're going to be in some trouble. If you just say, "No, that's not right, let's double check this," with a bit sort of calm, mature manner, you should be okay. But in the heat of the moment, lots of coaches do get distracted and go off course, and that's clearly happened in one of his rookie days.
Oh, poor thing. And I heard there's an injury. Who's injured?
One of my watchers this year, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
He's come down with an injury, but he is rumoured to come back pretty soon.
Sacramento Kings.
Damian Lillard is still out injured. Another one of my guys.
LaMelo. When's the LaMelo coming back? He's on my team.
Well, LaMelo's been rumoured to play every second game since the start of the season.
Oh my goodness. Yes, and I put him on each week thinking he's going to play.
We don't have a final answer for when he's back. Still haven't heard anything. When he first got injured, we told about 2 weeks, 2 and a bit. We're coming up on the 3rd week.
Yeah.
So I would expect him back in the next week or 2. But don't expect him to come back playing full minutes. Probably shorten rotations, ease him back into it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a major injury, so he might come back by second, third game.
That's what we all said. It's just going to be a few games.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
It's only been 6 games.
It feels like longer, because that's what I mean. Like, there's so many games.
Well, some teams have played 8 games already. Some have only played 5.
Wow.
So it's very all over the place. In the first week, the Bucks only played 2 games to everyone else's 6.
Right.
And it's like they're sitting top of the ladder, but they've played less games than everyone. So the ladder at the moment needs some time to balance out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all a bit over the place. You got teams down the bottom that shouldn't be down there, and teams up the top that
just don't refer to the ladder, basically.
Yeah, don't go looking at the standings this early into the season.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty well known for it. Miami win their first 2 games, and I go, yep.
They're winning.
Winning this year. We can't lose from here. But we've started the complete opposite this year, but we turned it around nicely against the Warriors today. Got up a close win in the end. Jimmy Butler hit a nice sort of mid-range shot to seal the game straight over Klay Thompson.
Ooh.
Left about 9 seconds on the clock, 5 points up, and from there it was wraps.
Right.
But as for injury report and everything else, that's about it that's going on. Not a lot else other than the coaching issues have changed in the league over the last week or so. I mean, it is still early in the 3rd week, so there's plenty more to come.
Yeah.
But what do you reckon we get into our first segment?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So this new segment we're hoping to bring back just here and there, sort of a little bit of a filler here where we can when there's not a lot going on. It's the Allsports Draft, where essentially we are going to draft NBA players into a different sport. This week we're going to start with netball, as that's Selena's main sport of choice, and we can sort of walk you guys through who fits where, what positions, what criteria works best. But we're going to do it as a draft style, not serpentine. We're just going to go she gets pick 1, I get 2, and back and forth. So why don't you start us off with your first pick of the draft?
Let's just do a disclaimer. As Chris said, we've only recently gone into basketball. And when he approached me with doing this draft, I said, I don't think I've seen enough players, actually watch the games, to, just randomly draft all these players, basically. So we used a website. It was needed because otherwise I would have probably only put Miami players, which we could, I suppose, do. And didn't you say you had 4 players at one point, Miami players?
I had a fair few on the lineup.
Because, it's kind of rare we watch, well, at least for me, only the other day did we watch different teams play. Okay, so start off. I want Giannis. But I don't know whether to put him in goal shooter or goal attack. Oh, sorry. I meant goal shooter or goalkeeper. The difference is goalkeeper is a defending role. They need to be big, mainly big, and to stop the shooter getting shots. And then do I put him in shooter because he's big and he can shoot? So I think because he's been Defensive Player of the Year. What was it, last year or the year before?
Oh, he's
recently?
Very recently.
Okay.
I don't believe it might have been last year. No, it definitely wasn't last year. Last year was Marcus Smart. The year before that.
Was it?
Yeah, Marcus Smart won the year before.
Okay.
Year after that was indeed
Giannis. So I'm going to put him in keeper, I think. I think he's going to be my first spot that I would put him in. And to be fair, like yes, goalkeepers and goal shooters are already should be on the tall side. Look, not everyone is, but people who I would play with, or is an advantage to have, is the tall people. And we're not really picking a sport that there's a lot of short players in. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but we're going to put Giannis in keeper.
So Giannis at goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Locking it in?
I'm locking it in.
Giannis is a great pick.
Thank you.
For my first pick.
Okay. And we can pick any position. Is that what we said?
We can go anyway.
Okay.
Selena's gone with the goalkeeper to begin with.
Yeah.
And it makes it a little bit tough because I also wanted Giannis.
Okay.
But I had him at goal defence.
See, I was going to put him there, but I don't know.
I wanted a goalkeeper to be a sort of a big centre. Giannis plays more of the power forward in my eyes.
Right.
So I thought, okay, let's swap him over to the goal defence and I'll run someone else at goalkeeper, which is perfect pick for me because now I know I can take any choice from my goalkeepers list later
and then put him
later in the draft because you're not going to have them. So
maybe that was a bad choice.
For my first pick, I'm going to go down the goal attack range.
Ooh, vital.
Deep position, they need to run two sectors of the court, shoot essentially a deep shot in their own circle, which is only like a mid-range usually. And there's none better than Kevin Durant. So I'm taking Kevin Durant nice and early with my first pick as goal attack.
Okay, love that. When you're describing the goal attack, I'm personally a goal attack. And I was like, you're basically naming me and what I do. So for my second pick, let's go with centre. So the centre goes everywhere on the court but the goal circles. So they've ultimately got to have some speed, got to have endurance because you're running everywhere on the court. I picked someone a little bit on the shorter side because I think the centre literally has to be everywhere. And I feel like a shorter player can just kind of zoom around everyone. So I've put Trae Young. Thoughts?
Trae Young was one I liked the look of.
Yeah? It's not too bad of
He's
a pick.
speedy. He has one of the highest assist rates in the league this year.
Right.
So as a centre, you want to be feeding the ball into your shoes because in netball, only your goal attack and goal shooter can shoot.
Correct.
Your wings and centres can't shoot from outside the centre.
Mm-hmm. And they've got to be playmakers because they're ultimately passing the ball to the shooters.
For sure.
So I picked Trae Young on the website we were using. His ball handling and pass vision. Do you agree with those? He's high up there.
Oh, 100%. He's high up there for pass vision,
cool.
pass IQ.
I can breathe.
I went down a slightly different route.
Okay, interesting.
For my centre.
Yeah. Do you want your centre next?
I don't want my centre yet.
Oh, okay. Do you think I've taken him?
I don't think you have.
Okay.
But I think it's pretty vital for me to get this next position in.
Okay.
Nice and early before you do happen to take them. I want to get the goal shooter in early. Two-time MVP, Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
Who else has a better close shot around the post?
Yep, damn it. I had Jokic
Basically,
too.
your goal shooter is the guy that's going to go and score in the paint. Comparison-wise, it's not dunking, it's not layups.
No.
It's your close shots. It's in the paint. We want offensive rebounding in general. Jokic is an absolute giant. As you like to say last week, he's not good, he's just big. And what do you need at goal shooter? Someone who is just big.
And can shoot.
So the big man that can shoot, he's moving straight into my roster as goal shooter. And so far, from your 2 and my 2, I'd like to think I'm ahead. But I only have my shooters
I know.
in
I'm
place.
just looking at names and be like, yep, let's just pick them.
Yeah. With pick 3, you will take?
Steph Curry and goal attack.
Interesting.
No, you don't like that?
I do like it.
I think... see, goal attacks aren't... my role as a goal attack, I feel like I need to pass it to my shooter. And if I'm a little bit of a long-range mid-shot, I think I want Steph Curry.
Yeah, I consider more Steph Curry as a three-point shooter, not with his mid-range ability. So obviously he is still a phenomenal shooter all round.
Yeah.
But for a guy where you want the mid-range, there were several other options
Oh, no.
still available that I would have taken.
No. My knowledge isn't up to your level.
Look, I hate to say, I didn't even have Curry on my list. You could have saved him to your dead last pick and got him. So to take him with your pick 3, slight risk.
Damn it.
Now, there's a few options I can go here for my 3rd pick. And I've just got to look at it going, okay, I'm going to start to need some wings. I need a wing attack. I need a wing defense.
I need wings.
I'm getting hungry. I'm thinking about the wings.
Oh, okay. That we're having for dinner.
Yeah. Now, wing defense, we want a perimeter defender. Someone who's going to get steals. Someone who's going to be fast enough, run the pace, push the boards. They're bringing the ball up for us. Where on the other hand, your wing attack is feeding your shooters. I had 2 guys on this list. And one of them you're going to want. The other you're not going to want. So I'm going to save the one you don't want till my bench.
Okay.
And hopefully I can pick him up later. But the one you are going to want, wing attack, is Luka Doncic.
Yeah, okay.
The European, he's probably played netball before in his life. It's decently sized over there. But the guy can spread the floor. He can pass it in. He's got a great assist rate. And I think if he's getting the ball to Kevin Durant and Jokic, they're getting them the ball.
Yeah.
So scoring's not going to be a struggle for us, no matter who your defenders are. Kevin Durant being matched up with Giannis, not a problem. Jokic matched up with Giannis, not a problem. They're going to score, especially considering he has to keep his 3 feet. So the length and wingspan of those two, they're going to score. Luka's going to get them the ball. He is a little bit on the slow side, which is why I was hesitant to take him.
Right.
But he is that skillful with his passes. I think his sort of vision to find the right pass and his sort of basketball IQ is high enough that he will find the best option and get that into him. Who do you
My goal defense. I have seen Giannis play, but I feel like he's keeper, he'll stay put, good defender. So goal defender, I need someone who's a good defender, but can also run. Bam.
Oh.
Bam, I've said it.
Bam was going to be my goalkeeper. I thought I could save him.
No,
and you'd wait.
I thought he, you know what I mean? Like, Giannis is massive. Bam, a little bit on the slimmer side. I feel like he runs.
Bam guards 1 through 5. He does.
What does that mean?
He guards every position.
Right.
So you definitely want
I feel like you need that
you want
as
him
a goal
as your
defender.
goal defense.
Yeah.
He'll get some steals through the middle when they're trying to get the ball up.
Yep. And he's
going to
tall.
defend well. He's not the fastest, but he's fast enough to play. He's going to get blocks. He's going to get steals. And he's going to get a few rebounds in there too.
Wait, I just had a thought. Just visualise your team on a tiny netball court with massive guys who will literally take 3 steps and they're already on the other side of the court.
Yeah, it's a lucky thing they can't run in this.
Yeah.
They-
Oh my god, that's true. That's true. Okay, so who did you have next?
Well, since you took Bam from me, I have no choice.
Not sorry.
but to now pick my wing defence and centre because they're the two spots that I don't. And you're not going to pick another goal defence goalkeeper, so it makes most sense to steal the player before you can. So at wing defence, I want one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, someone who's going to get me plenty of steals, and just be an absolute pest, and that's Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Was he on your list?
I have a pest who's also in Miami for my wing defence. He gives me pest vibes. Not that I don't think he is a pest, but he gives me that vibe. And he's a little bit on the shorter side. A little bit of defender. Lowry. Kyle Lowry.
You took Kyle Lowry at wing defence.
Do I regret it? Probably.
100% you do.
Or should I go Draymond Green?
You should go neither of these guys.
Oh.
You're taking a 36-year-old that can barely run up the court? You're insane.
Okay.
You've just heard me take Jimmy Butler as wing defence and you want, I'll take the 10th next best option. I want a good perimeter defender, but let's get the guy that can't run.
Okay, keep in mind, this is based off a website.
If you said wing attack and going, at least Kyrie, he can pass, because he ain't doing a thing defensively. Yeah, he might stay in front of a player on defence, but we're not worried about him being in front of someone.
Okay, but a kind of little, what would you call it? A side rule. When you're down a player in netball, you're getting rid of the wing defence. So instead of 7 players, you're playing with 6. What position are you going to take off? Wing defence.
Yeah, but in this world, we're going to have 2 bench players. And Larry still wouldn't make the bench.
I'm just trying to,
You're going
redeem myself.
You're in favour of Miami a little bit too much here, and I hope to God that I get some messages just roasting you for that pick, because that is awful. Awful.
No. Honestly, that was the hardest position to fill. And I should have told you my wing attack. I think I like my wing attack, and you might like my wing attack. But it's your turn.
You can't do much worse now. So, in this spot, I don't have a single defender listed yet. So I desperately need somebody. Mm-hmm. So at goal defence, who's going to be matched up with Steph Curry?
I forgot that you were playing each other's team. I'm just thinking, okay, who would what I want in my team?
Okay, taking out...
And I guess Lowry, I don't really want on my team, do I?
No, not really.
Shit.
So on my team, I'm going to take my pick for going to be absolute MVP, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I had Jason Tatum.
When it comes to defence, running the midfield, being a defender, he's a machine.
Yeah, you like
perimeter defence. I love Tatum. I think he's great.
Ooh, the love.
When it comes to getting... Well, my first pick for goal defence was Giannis.
Yeah,
this is my
sorry,
backup.
took that. Yeah.
I took him straight away. I knew you would. So when it comes to steals, blocks, rebounds, and he's fast enough to keep up, Tatum's the man.
Yeah.
He's going to do that just fine. Mm-hmm. I'm more looking at the fact that he's going to be lanky enough to get... he'll get some intercepts. Somewhere in there. He should get an intercept or 2. So that's my pick. Mm-hmm. Now you've got your goal shooter and wing attack left. And then
have I not said my goal shooter? Okay.
No, you got a goal shooter.
Well, okay. You took my 2 players. But let me go wing attack. So wing attack feeds the ball to the shooters. I got someone a little bit on the shorter side. Ja.
Damn.
Yes. Okay, that was a good one.
You've gotten one. Finally got one that I didn't want.
But okay, in reality, Ja.
Not going to be good at netball. In reality, no.
But
you really think that guy can sprint and stop on a beat? Probably not.
Really?
No, he's way too quick, way too athletic. But when it comes to feeding the ball to the big guys, he is good at that.
Yeah.
Can he throw a lob? 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Is he going to be that fast that he draws a second defender on him and leaves someone open?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Your only issue is, without you realising that they're matched up, Jimmy Butler's going to be on him. So it's not going to be the easiest matchup, but he's going to have the speed to get open. So it is a good pick.
Thank you.
I do like it.
Have I redeemed myself?
You can't come back from picking Lowry. You cannot. Joe's going to message me after I put this out and say she's not coming back on the pod.
No.
You've done yourself dirty.
Okay, it was a struggle. It was like a last It was the last thing.
You don't need to
Sorry,
whisper.
Chris.
You don't need to yell.
Chris just pulled my mic away because I'm probably getting too loud.
You're getting a little aggressive.
Rip headphone users. I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to post-edit it and drop the volume a little. It's all right. I do it for us too because we get passionate.
Everyone.
But Jar's a good pick. I wanted Jar more for my centre than wing attack, but they do a very, very
Trey,
role.
Jar, yeah.
Yeah, you've taken two very young pieces that are quite good fit for
Okay,
that.
amazing. I can breathe.
Now, you've got your shooter left. I've got my goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And I've got my centre left.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to take my centre now.
Okay.
Just because I think I'm going to get my goalkeeper either way. You're not going to steal my goalkeeper at this point in the game. But if I take someone else and you go to steal someone off the bench, you've got a decent chance.
Mm-hmm.
So the first guy I want at centre is DeJounte Murray.
Mm-hmm.
The man
you love him as well.
I like a lot of players.
You do. Yeah, but
I've become a bit of an NBA fanatic.
Yeah.
Well, they're both on a fantasy team. And they both get very similar results.
Mm-hmm.
DeJounte is going to get assists. He's going to be quick. But the bright side is he's going to get steals. He is a very, very good defender. And running through the middle, having that sort of interception vibe is going to be useful.
Mm-hmm.
He is also that slightly on the lanky side that when it does come to the defending from the 3 feet, he's going to be a bit in the way. Especially when he's matched up with Trae Young, who is a much smaller guard. Them being teammates, they're going to know how to defend one another.
You're thinking like very logistically.
I'm thinking incredibly logistical. But DeJounte is going to do it slightly better on the defensive end. Trae on the offensive end is going to have him covered.
Okay.
So it's a bit of an equal matchup there, and I do like it.
Okay. Do you want to know my shooter?
Not really.
Okay, so I got 3 players. Just as backup in case Chris took it. And he's already taken 2 of them. So I was going to have Jokic or KD.
Good picks.
And I had a third one. But I don't think I'm going to go for him. I think I'm going to go for... He's more of a defender. I put him in goalkeeper. But I know he can shoot.
Who's this? This has got me intrigued now.
And I might regret this. And I might get roasted. I'm scared.
You should be, because there's a little name I'm concerned you're going to say.
Really?
Potentially.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I'm not telling you because it's my next pick.
Joel Embiid.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Joel Embiid was...
Because I put him as goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he was the backup for Giannis. But I think both of them could have been my shooter.
Yeah, definitely.
But I also, as my shooter list, because I had Jokic and KD, what's your thoughts on Devin Booker as my goal shooter?
Terrible.
Okay, good. So I went Joel Embiid.
If you went the route of taking him at goal attack, maybe. He's
different. Yeah, okay.
He has a much better mid-range game than Steph Curry does.
And
that's probably a better option.
Is he a bit faster and more of a playmaker?
Oh.
Because I think goal attack, you need that.
Yeah, but in the realm of the wing attack, he's going to be doing a lot of the playmaking. So is your goal attack. He's going to be doing plenty of it.
Yeah.
But at the size of these guys, taking Devin
yeah, he
Booker
is a bit on the shorter side.
He's going to be tiny.
Yeah, okay.
Considering
Joel Embiid.
Considering your defensive style is basically protecting the paint, essentially. It's all close shots. He's going to struggle to get past these big guys in such limited room. Mm-hmm. And not being able to move.
So I'm having 2 bigs in my shooter.
Well, so do I. I've gone Jokic and Kevin Durant. 2 big guys.
Yeah.
Both 7-footers.
Yeah, but Durant...
7-footers, not a
different build.
Yeah. He's much better, but...
I think your whole team's better.
Joel was my backup pick.
For...
I'm happy with it.
Shooter?
With goal shooter.
A goal, yeah.
He was my backup. Jokic
Sweet.
was my first.
Yeah.
So that fills out your starting line. Does it not? Except for your bench players.
Except for my bench players. Yeah.
So let me just run through your team. You got Joel at goal shooter, Steph Curry at goal attack,
Oh, God.
Ja Morant wing attack, Trae Young at centre. Your worst pick of the day, Harry.
Oh, look.
Wing defence, goal defence, Bam Adebayo, and goalkeeper, Giannis. Most of those are good picks.
Most of them.
I've got 1 pick left, which is going to be Rudy Gobert. I want absolutely nothing from him other than defence. Everything he's going to do is in the paint, and he is a 3-time all-defensive player. Oh, sorry, not all-defense, but defensive player of the year.
Controversial.
He's all defensive multiple times over.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just defending the close shot, the perimeters, he can't do a thing.
Well, he was the highest on the website I was looking at.
Because he is
strictly defensive rebounder, top.
He is top of the game when it comes to defensive rebounds.
But you and Joe talk a lot about him.
I traded for him today. In our fantasy, I just traded for him, so he's officially on my team.
Ooh.
So on my
You're going to like him even more.
On my list, I've now got 4 players that are in my fantasy team. So that's why I know these guys are good.
It makes sense.
That's how I know
you want them on your team.
So let's add Rudy onto the list. Now we're onto the bench where we kind of need guys that can do a bit of everything.
All-rounder, because say your shooter gets injured.
Need to shoot.
They need to shoot. Exactly. We need a wing attack. We need someone to place the wing attack position.
And when Lowry inevitably gets tired, someone's got to come off.
My wing defense is already off. All right. Who am I replacing my wing defense? Who's also an all-rounder? LeBron James. LeBron James.
Yeah, good pick.
Thank you.
He's an all-rounder. He can do everything. Whether you need him to shoot, he shoots. You need him to play make, he play makes. You need him to play defense, he plays defense.
Yeah.
He's got it covered.
Yeah.
Multiple MVPs.
Yeah.
Killer.
Say less.
Best utility option you could have taken.
Thank you. And who's going to replace Kyle Lowry straight away?
LeBron, without doubt. They probably
He's injured right now.
Probably play at the same pace, both just as quick as one another.
But height and all-rounder
height and
skill.
everything else he provides.
Okay.
LeBron,
Can I already switch them? Can I sub them?
Look, at the end, I'll let you take one extra player just because you need the help.
Yay.
You can have a third bench player to swap out Lowry.
I'm going to need it.
You are going to need it. Now, my bench doesn't need to be all that amazing, just considering how killer my starting lineup is.
Here we go.
So for my first utility off the bench, who's also going to be the captain of my team, none other than Josh Giddey. The Aussie.
I love Giddey.
6'8" that I've only recently found.
Yeah.
Recently found out he's 6'8". He is huge. He's Aussie. The guy knows how to play netball. Without a doubt, he is going to captain this team from the bench because everyone else is a bit better than him. But within a year or two, he's got starting position anywhere on the court he wants. He does it all. He's the man.
So why have you put him captain?
Because he's the man.
He's just the man.
He's the man. He's Aussie. It's an Aussie sport.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to be able to teach them the ways. You need a leader on the court. Now, naturally, LeBron should be your leader. But
yes.
in a sport where LeBron's not going to be at his best, maybe he's not. But Giddey is going to shine.
But inspirational. We need that. We need that encouragement.
Maybe you should make Larry your captain. He'll be doing more talking than playing.
True. So my second bench player, I would love your thoughts. He's also on my fantasy basketball team. Hasn't played for me yet. He's currently injured. We're going to go Kawhi.
You have had Kawhi, though.
Have I had Kawhi?
He's played a game this season. You picked him. You got 20 points out of him because he came off the bench.
Yeah, I've already forgotten about it.
Kawhi was my next pick, so I love that one.
Okay, that's good.
Kawhi is one of the best defenders in the game.
And I think an all-rounder as well.
When it comes to the mid-range, God, he does well. He has hit some incredible shots in his career.
Thank you.
Kawhi's your best pick yet.
Okay, thank you.
Best pick yet, and he's coming off the bench.
He's got... As I said, for Kyle Lowry, we want to replace him ASAP.
We do need him replaced very quickly.
Oh, too good. And who's your final bench player?
Now, my final bench player, I need something that's going to be that all-rounder fit.
Yeah, for sure.
Giddey doesn't fit all-round whatsoever, but I needed a leader in the team.
Yeah, and he's the man.
And the next guy, I don't need him to be a leader whatsoever.
Okay.
But I need him to be able to play some defense, be able to run the middle. I think my shooters and my guys that are in the middle and in defense can do well enough as shooters if someone got injured.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to take a guy that's more of a perimeter defender, going to get some steals, can play make relatively well, but doesn't need to shoot.
Okay.
So can you take any guess at who I need to take?
That sounds like every player.
No, just crack a defender, crack a middle, but can't shoot.
Oh, God.
None other than Ben Simmons.
Okay, I had Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is going to come off my bench. Another Aussie. He's going to learn.
So he'll know how to play netball.
He's going to know how to play.
Yeah.
I don't need him to shoot in this sport. Don't need him to shoot. But every other ability he has, I want on my team.
You know how he got roasted like pre-season and his expectations? I sent Chris and my brother Jason, who also is interested in basketball, a video. I think they were at their like pre-season Brooklyn fan day or something. And he shot and he missed like completely.
Everyone has seen that clip.
But I thought it was hilarious. But I feel bad now. But when you said that, who's more defensive and can't shoot, I just thought of that video.
Look, he's going to fit the team. He's going to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I don't need him to shoot, and that's his biggest liability. So you take away that issue, we're going to be just fine. So I've given you the benefit of the doubt of allowing you an extra player, or you can just pick someone now to swap with Lowry. Your choice. Your team probably looks better without him on it.
Honestly, you've said everyone. Okay, you didn't say one player, but I wouldn't put them in wing defense. But I could. It would look a bit strange. Who's your wing attack?
My wing attack is Luka.
Luka
Doncic.
I don't know. Like, I'm just picturing them on the court. That's what I'm doing. And it's just going to look odd if AD's there. Is that a bad one? Can I not replace him? Like, well, as wing defense, like,
It's a good pick, but he is the reason we need a bench. Because he will get injured.
Yes.
In a world of no injuries.
No, it's...
Great pick.
We're talking about a perfect world.
Perfect world of no injuries.
Perfect team.
Great pick.
AD, wing defense. Let's lock it in. Goodbye, Lowry.
Wing defense. Good pick.
Thank you.
I'm happy with it.
Okay.
You've done well enough.
Okay, cool. Because otherwise, all my other options... Okay, I had Chris Paul as well for, like, my centre wing attack.
Yeah, good pick. I had Chris Paul in there too. He has the best assist numbers in the entire league.
Okay.
So when it comes for playmaking and getting the ball in...
I thought you would roast me about his age.
No. I didn't need to. You've already picked Lowry. Chris Paul is another guy on my team. If he made it on your list, I'd be very happy.
Okay.
Look, he might be 36, but when it comes to slowing the pace down, he will do well.
And the playmaker. A little bit shorter, need him everywhere.
From memory, his steal numbers aren't bad either.
Okay.
So Chris Paul would have been a good pick for you.
Okay, cool. What about him as a captain compared to LeBron?
Chris Paul would be the best captain you could have picked because he is the leader of the player association. So there isn't a single player in the comp that doesn't have a personal relationship with Chris Paul. Wow. They're forced to. If there's any issues on the player end, Chris Paul's the guy that takes him. So
he seems like that. He does.
Once he retires, the league's in shambles if the players have problems because he does so much for the association.
No, he would continue. You reckon?
Know. You never know. Sometimes once you retire, you're done. I mean, he's only got another year or two in him and hopefully he can get a championship in there.
He deserves it if he's helping other players.
He does a lot for them.
Yeah, love that.
So that wraps that up. Should we go through our list one more time?
With my new team?
With your new team.
Okay.
So you run us through yours.
Okay. Goalkeeper, Giannis. Goal defense, Bam. Adebayo. Centre, Trey Young. Wing attack, Ja. Wing defense, AD. Goal attack, Steph. Which apparently that was a bad one, but what can you do now? Goal shooter. Who did I say goal shooter? Oh, Joel Embiid. Because it was in my goalkeeper list. And then bench, LeBron and Kawhi. And my captain, LeBron. But if I had Chris Paul, he would have been my captain. How about you?
Captain, you should probably be having Giannis. I think you need someone on the floor. He is a leader.
See, the thing with netball, I feel like you can do captaining
Anywhere
on the bench.
That's true.
on the
Doesn't need to
bench.
play.
If he, fills in, sometimes you need that little boost when a new fresh legs are on. So I hope you like my team. And I'm playing against Chris, who is pretty stacked and knows his stuff.
We'll go from the top. Goal shooter, Nikola Jokic. Mm-hmm. Goal attack, Kevin Durant. Wing attack, Luka. Centre, DeJounte. Wing defence, Jimmy Butler. Goal defence, Jason Tatum. Goalkeeper, Rudy Gobert. And my bench is where it gets questionable. But I think it'll be just fine. Captain,
Giddy.
and Ben Simmons. I think I covered every angle.
I think so. I want to see these two teams play, don't you?
Let's make him on 2K.
Oh my gosh, we should.
Make him on 2K and see how we match.
Okay, we'll report back when I'm next co-hosting, unless you want to tell Joe what happened.
I'll be letting Joe know anyway. He's going to watch this in Bali and just go, God, Chris is good.
I want to be in Bali right now.
All right, well, that wraps up that segment. So next up, we have some general NBA trivia for you.
Oh, God.
Now, you are more of an average fan than...
Average.
Yeah, I would say the standard fan knows about as much trivia knowledge on basketball as you.
But we're talking about the history as well.
Oh, we're talking bit of history, bit of common, just stuff you should know.
Okay.
If you're going to be just your everyday fan, this is important stuff to know.
I'm nervous.
When I first started watching, I didn't know every answer to this,
Okay.
but I do now. When I was looking for trivia questions and I saw these, I was like, yep, perfect. Knew the answer before I needed to see them. Mm-hmm. And you're going to get there eventually. It'll take your time, but let's get into them. So there's a few true or false. There's a few just quick answer. Anything you're struggling with, I will help you get there, but you're going to need to do a lot of this on your own.
Okay.
All right.
In what year?
We're gonna start with a few that I know you know.
Okay, all right, to build my confidence
No,
so that
you know
it goes
this.
downhill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what is the highest paid player as of 2021?
LeBron James.
It is LeBron James.
But he's like, isn't he out of all sports? Oh no, it's McGregor, I think.
Out of all sports,
I thought it was LeBron for ages, and I think
there's a chance that it's Ronaldo.
ooh.
Highest
Okay,
paid
I could be
athlete
completely off.
all time.
Because there was a stat that came back, and it was like interesting.
Floyd Mayweather.
That's right. Okay. Okay. It was
Ronaldo.
like
It's
the.
Floyd Mayweather, Ronaldo, Messi, then LeBron. Now
Oh
that's
God, I forgot about basketball.
that's not just salary. That's endorsement deals. shoe
No, we're talking about
brands, everything.
salary. Let's talk about salary.
Highest paid salary.
And I meant currently. Sorry, just doing some research. I shouldn't have.
You've made this a lot harder than
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so Conor McGregor moves up the list.
Yeah.
But NBA,
LeBron James.
should be LeBron. No, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant.
Wait, what? So you're wrong too.
Well, this is probably the newer list. 2021 list, LeBron was, which
See?
was the question.
And Conor McGregor.
Was the highest.
In
But
2021, okay.
2021 was
That
the trick
makes
part of the
sense.
question.
Yeah.
You did get it right, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question.
Woohoo. 1 point to me.
What player averaged a triple-double for an entire season?
Ooh.
It is a tough one. It is a few years ago.
Okay.
You do know this player, but right now they are not anywhere
Not
near as
it.
good. Walk me through your thoughts.
What year are we talking? So you
What
said a
year?
couple.
It's been a couple of years. I don't know the exact
And they've
year.
dropped off recently.
Quite recently, yeah.
Are they injured right now?
No, healthy. The team they're playing for probably wishes they were injured.
Lakers.
Yes. MVP season.
Starts with an R.
Just guess it. You should know it.
Russell.
It is Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
He averaged a triple-double for his
Wow.
entire season, which is the year he won his MVP.
Because when you said the team wishes he was injured, I was like, okay,
Bit of a
Lakers, Westbrook. You've spoken about it a lot.
Okay, now this is one we mentioned a little earlier.
Okay.
How long is a regular season game?
Like time-wise?
time-wise? How long does a regular game go for?
God, you only just said it.
How much were you listening?
48 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Well done.
That's a weird time. Why is it, like, why not 50 minutes? Like, can we just round it up?
Well, it makes it 12-minute quarters.
Right, and then, like,
nice.
a 3-minute.
Okay. Now, one I know you know for sure. Where was Kyrie born?
Yeah, okay, Australia.
Australia. Nice and easy.
Okay, I only learned that recently because...
I asked you how
Yeah.
many Aussies are on the Nets, and you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I was like,
Now,
it's just Ben Simmons.
It's more of a technicality for him because he was only born here. Never lived here.
Yeah,
never
he
raised here.
moved when he was 2
Yeah.
or something. I'm like,
Born
that
here,
doesn't
out
count.
here by then. Parents are American.
I was like, why doesn't he play for the Australian team?
Okay. Very, very important one for this. You better not get it wrong.
Oh, crap.
How many NBA championships has Miami won?
All time?
How many have
God.
they won?
Okay, the number 6 came to mind instantly.
Now, I hope you're thinking number 6 because LeBron was wearing 6 when he was at Miami when he won.
That's probably what I'm thinking. It must be more. With your reaction.
I wouldn't say more.
Oh. Or is it not that many? Because they are a new franchise. And LeBron did win, I know definitely twice.
Yeah.
13, 14, 15, 16?
In that area.
Yeah.
No, not that high.
What?
Not all the way up to the 15, 16s.
Oh, but isn't it like that season? Nah.
No.
Let's, They lost
Come on,
in...
come on, have a guess.
So is it less or more?
Less than 6?
Less than 6. Well, because I know they've definitely won 2. 4.
3. Very close.
Oh! Because you know what I just thought? You know how they show the stadium and they've got the flags? There's not that many. It looks a bit empty.
It is a bit empty. You were forgetting about Dwayne Wade's era. Shaquille O'Neal.
Of
Kill it.
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
A lot of people forget about that, and you get stuck up on the fact that LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade should have won way more than they did. But they only got
Yes.
2.
And I think that's why I said 6, because it's like that era
Yeah.
and then LeBron's era.
Okay, let's move into a few of the harder ones, but not overly hard. Now, this one isn't hard at all, but it might have been for you an hour ago when I first asked you. Which 3 All-Star NBA players helped the Chicago Bulls win multiple championships in the 90s?
Okay. To be fair, Chris did ask me this question. And I knew Scott Pippen first. Scottie Pippen. And then I thought about it, and it was Michael Jordan was also, right?
But you got that pretty much straight
I
away.
got, yeah. And then I said Luke Longley, because I watched a documentary. He's the Australian who was... He was there.
Yeah,
He was there.
part of the team.
And I couldn't think of the third one.
You then got Steve Kerr.
I did get Steve Kerr. So I've pretty much named the whole team at this point, but not the third one, which was old mate Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. But the only way you got it was because we knew...
Okay, our mate has a shirt who he's obsessed and always wears this shirt, obsessed with this player, or Rodman, Dennis Rodman. And Chris explained it to me, and he said, the guy with the
red hair.
Red hair, green
stars.
And I was like, it starts with an R, like his last name. And I said Rodman, and then it kind of came together. So...
Yeah, you got there eventually. It took you a little longer than it should have. Mm-hmm. They are basically what...
But I said the other players in the team.
They are what this
I think that's
podcast
more
is named
skillful.
after.
Just saying.
They are the reason this podcast is called the 3P.
3-peat. That's
Should have
true.
known it.
I should have.
You won't forget it now.
Next time.
Okay. This one I know you have 0 chance of knowing,
Great.
but it's just a fun one for you to eventually know. Who was the shortest player in NBA history?
No clue.
Do you want to guess their height?
Like 5'7".
Does it help if you know you were taller than them?
Oh. So I'm 165 centimeters, which I don't know what that converts to.
5'4".
4.
You're 5'4".
Whoa. So even shorter than me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like
Tiny.
5'2".
No.
Higher or shorter?
Higher.
5'3".
5'3". Muggsy Bogues.
Who did he play for?
No clue. I've heard the name. I knew he was tiny. Don't know anything about
Wow, I have to see some videos.
It's someone I want to watch his clips because I want to know how a 5'3" player was in the NBA.
That would be so hard.
Incredibly.
But depending on the era, like, was the height thing always...
Look, I think back in the 60s, height wasn't as important.
That's what, yeah.
So
if he was there.
I would love to know what era Muggsy Bogues played in.
And something just shorter than me.
Yeah.
Like, I play netball and I think it's pretty...
Yeah, so Muggsy Bogues is 106.
Muggsy Bogues. Is that his actual name or nickname?
That's his nickname. His
Oh,
full
okay.
name's Tyrone Muggsy Bogues.
Okay.
Well, Tyrone Curtis Bogues. Muggsy's just his nickname.
Right. Who do you play for?
He played in the 80s and 90s.
Oh. Oh my god, that photo. Look at that photo.
1987 he was drafted. Interesting. So I'll look at his entire career. Yeah, so drafted by the Wizards, then to the Hornets for majority of his career. Finished up going to the Warriors, Hornets, back to the Warriors, then the Raptors. Actually, that might be the same season. Yeah, traded from the Hornets to the Warriors, then to the Raptors. So yeah, Muggsy Bogues, shortest player to ever play in the NBA.
Wow.
Okay, next one. What is the highest scoring basketball game in history? Combined points.
Wait, combined points from both teams.
Yeah, so the two teams combined. Now, this game was in 1983. So a long time ago, between two teams that it's still in the game. It was between the Pistons and the Nuggets. But you wouldn't know a single player that was on those teams. Can you have a guess of what the scores were?
So I'm just thinking like now times. Like they can score over 200. Probably between 200 and 300 now, when you say. And if you're saying the highest, and that's on average.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ish. Probably 200 to 250 maybe.
Most teams score between, say, 90 and 120.
100, yeah.
90, 120. So you're going to look at a high-end game, probably like 250 these days.
Is 400 too much?
400 is high.
It is high. Or do we kind of play it safe and say 350?
350 is closer. This was a triple overtime game.
Whoa, okay.
Triple overtime. They combined for 370 points.
Okay.
Huge game. Another
Hey,
one.
I wasn't off by 400, so if that...
You're not far.
Yeah,
So add
wow.
in between 370.
What was the score? What was the final score?
I don't know. We'll check that out later.
Okay.
Now, moving on. This is a true or false. Keep it nice and easy for you. Shaquille O'Neal currently holds his doctorate. So he has a PhD.
He does seem like a smart man, and I'm going to say true.
It is true.
Because that's very specific.
Bit specific.
What did he study? Do we know?
Don't know. Something.
That'd be interesting.
The Philadelphia Warriors.
Philadelphia Warriors?
The Philadelphia Warriors were an old basketball team. True or false?
I want to say false.
It's true.
Because I'm like, Philly is a separate team and Warriors is a separate team. Like, I know now, but it's like...
Yeah. They eventually left the league and created their own things in the two areas.
Okay, interesting.
All right. The Los Angeles Lakers has won the most championships.
They're a pretty old team, like franchise. So I'm going to say... Oh. But I'm also thinking Boston and remembering their flags in their stadium. This is what I'm going to, go to. Let's go... true.
It is true.
Okay. How many have they won?
Don't know.
Oh, you need
keep
my
asking
follow-up questions.
Don't ask me follow-up questions to answers.
Everyone wants to know.
Well, the next question, you're going to ask me how many bloody voters were. Who was the first unanimous most valuable player. So every single person that voted for this person to be the MVP.
What year?
Recent.
Let's say Kobe.
Not that far. Closer.
Oh, like more recently.
More recent.
Oh. As the All-Star, did you say, sorry?
MVP. So
MVP.
most valuable player.
Valuable player. Ooh, I don't know. It wasn't Jokic, was it?
No. They were on your netball team.
Giannis.
Not Giannis.
MVP, most valuable player. And he was on my team. Embiid.
Nope. Embiid's never won MVP.
Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone. And it's recently. I don't know who's won it. Ja?
Ja's never won MVP. Steph Curry.
Oh, I should have known that.
You should have known that. Okay.
Yeah, because you put Steph Curry was a bad choice, so he's out of my mind. That's what's happened.
He shouldn't be. First unanimous. He was the only person to ever receive every vote.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting one here. Okay. Who was the first to win NBA Finals MVP? So
who had the best final series, basically?
So in the very first finals match, who won MVP in that? So a very old player.
Oh, we're going way back.
As
like
far
the
back
first
as you know.
season.
Yes,
of
the original season.
Oh, okay. That's very far back. Should I say Jerry West?
Jerry West is right.
Oh, yes, because his logo. Is that why?
It's one of the reasons.
Possibly, yeah.
He was also on the losing team.
Whoa, what the heck?
He was that good. So Jerry West, for those that don't know...
Okay, well,
is
to
an
be fair, it's a
incredible
whole
player.
team effort.
Yeah. So Jerry West was that good that he was the best player in the finals on a losing team. So that's an interesting one to know.
Love that for him.
All right, only a couple left. Mm-hmm. What player took a break from basketball to play baseball and then returned?
See, a lot of athletes do this. Actually, not a lot, but like...
Okay, well, in 1993, returned in 95.
Oh. Do I know this player?
Won a championship on either side.
Oh, wow. In both sports?
Not in baseball.
Oh, that would be
We like
sick.
to forget about the baseball career.
Yeah, that's so random. What team?
Can't tell you that.
From that time.
Who in the 90s was winning championships?
The three-peat.
Mm-hmm.
One of them?
Yep. Which of them left to play baseball?
Let's go Rodman.
No.
Pippen.
Michael Jordan.
Really?
Jordan left in 93 to go play minor league baseball because the competition was too easy.
Oh.
Came back and won again.
Oh.
Yeah. His statement was, the league needs time to develop because they can't compete with me.
A year later.
Two years later comes back and wins more championships.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I should have said him.
Should have.
I think yeah.
You would have known that.
I should have, yeah.
All right. Who won the most career NBA championships? So throughout the entire career, who has the most championships? You do know this because you asked me a question about it very recently.
Steph.
No.
Oh.
Wait for me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Be a little bit patient.
Sorry.
Now, this year, you asked me, why does everyone have the number 6 on their jersey? It's because a very special player passed away who holds this record. Mm-hmm. Can you remember who that was? It is a Celtics player.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Very good. One of the best defenders of all time.
I don't know. No, because I think when you told me, I unfortunately hadn't heard of him before.
That's fair. Okay. Well, I thought you might remember this because we spoke about it.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember the conversation.
Yeah. It was only probably 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was Bill Russell with 11.
Russell,
So
yeah.
11 championships Bill has.
Wow. All with the Celtics?
All with the Celtics. Okay. Who has the most career points of all time?
Okay. someone on the older side. Because I think the game was completely different. And
It is an older player.
I already know it.
How do you know it?
Because we talked about it.
Who is it then?
Will Chamberlain.
It's not Wilt Chamberlain.
What?
The question for Wilt Chamberlain was who scored 100 points.
Oh.
This is the most points of all time.
Sorry, can we do that one again?
No. We're continuing. This is the player you guessed instead of Wilt when you got that one wrong.
Abdul Jabbar.
Can you tell me the first name?
Akeem?
Kareem.
Kareem, oh!
He has 38,387 points.
Yes, I do see his name when it pops up.
LeBron is very close behind him. Very close. He will probably get him in the next season or two. Okay, second last one. What team won the first ever NBA game?
Oh my god.
It's going to be a lucky guess for you. You don't even know who the original teams were.
Oh, and they don't play in there anymore.
Well, this one does.
So, Boston or Lakers?
No. It was the New York Knicks. They won
No, really?
They won the first ever
NBA
game.
Joe. I know Joe would know that, but
Yeah.
he'd probably hold that against everyone.
Yeah. The last question of the day. What number is not allowed to be on a jersey?
Okay, well, recently 6.
Well, you're allowed 6. They've just retired it for most teams.
Oh. Why? Okay, so you're not allowed to wear 69?
It is 69.
I thought Crowder had 69.
No, he has 99.
Oh, he does too. Okay, I thought he had 69. Is that the only number?
That's it. 69 is the only number banned from all NBA jerseys.
Right, because every time you say retired, I think they're not allowed that number.
No, so usually a retired jersey is just by an individual team. So some teams will go, okay, this is our Hall of Famer, we're going to retire that number for them.
Right.
So with Bill Russell, they've retired his number. So no one in Boston will ever have number 6 again.
Okay.
I think there are some other teams that have followed suit with it, but
yeah, as
not
out of
every.
respect.
Yeah, out of respect for him. Legend.
Or if he's played in other...
But 69 is just genuinely banned.
And why? No, I'm kidding.
I think everyone
I'm
knows
kidding. Interesting.
Well, that's it for the podcast. Nothing else to add. It is a bit of a longer episode today, so we better not drag it on.
Sorry. I love a chat.
I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed having you on.
Oh, thank you.
It was fun. Something a bit different. Maybe we'll give you a new attempt at a draft some other day, because Larry should not be on your teams.
And if we have 3 microphones...
We can figure that part out down the track. But
let's sign a deal. Let's make it happen.
all right. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
We'll catch you on the next one.
See you.